So, welcome back. I'm just gonna give you a quick tip about placing all these sections we've made in a previous tutorial into the paper space. Placing them at a 1 to 100 scale and trying to fit all of them into a single page, A4 size. So let's get started. Go into your layout 1 and make sure your page setup is correct. Edit, A4, orientation as portrait. Remember that 1,000 millimeters must equal 1 paper unit. Okay, everything looks good. Press OK. Now, to do this, first off, let's set up an AM view. It doesn't have to be exactly in the paper because we're going to need to readjust them later on. Okay, we can use this one here. Let's make four more of these. Over there, and actually, yeah, copy this again. Now let's start by making a viewport to isolate the hyperbole, which is the biggest of our sections. Let's select this viewport here. Let's place it into the wireframe visual style. Now to isolate, let's just push this here so we can get a bit more of information. And let's start by isolating our cones and our planes. Now the ellipse, the hyperbole, the windows are already done, and the parabole. Just give me a second to move all these to the Windows layer. Okay, back here. Now we want to put this in a direct view so we can see its measurements. We're going to try this with all of our viewports for each shape. Wait. Oh, this is my circle. I was supposed to do this with my hyperbole. Okay, much better. Now, to place this in a direct view, it's quite simple because as we can see, it's perpendicular with the grid. So all we have to do is put it on the front view. And now for the scale, let's place it on the 1 by 100 scale. With a little bit of pushing around, we can place it right in the necessary shape. Now let's do the same here with our parabole. Let's place this into the wireframe. I will explain to you later on why we need to put each one of our viewports into the wireframe. And now let's isolate everything. Just leave this behind. As you can see, there is no direct perpendicular or parallel view with the grid, which means we have to use a few commands to get this done. And in this case, it's actually quite simple. Just change your axis, UCS axis, and now make OB for object. All we have to do now is select the object, and as you can see, our axis is now aligned in this viewport. All we need to do is get into our top view. Now it's completely aligned. It actually came out upside down, but I think it'll do just fine. Let's place it into our 1 by 100 scale, which actually got there pretty nicely. And now all we have to do is repeat the process for this viewport here. In this case, let's isolate everything. Actually, let's isolate the ellipse and get rid of everything else. As you can see, this one also does not have a direct view. So once again, UCS, and now OB for object, and then select the object. I want to make sure it's around here, just to be sure. Top view. Yep, looks nice. Okay. Put this at the required scale. Oh, before I forget to put this into 2D wireframe. And now to finish with the circle, once again isolate the circle by removing everything else from this viewport. And since the circle has a direct view with the grid, since it's parallel to it, all we have to do is click on top. Wait, north. I thought it was on top. Top view. Okay. Now it's all right. And to the wireframe. The reason I placed this into 2D wireframe is because this is the only way for us to actually place shapes on top of each other without them erasing each other. Let me just get this grid here so it's like all the others. Once again, UCS and object, select this. Okay. It's on the bottom view. I guess it'll do. Front view and top view. Okay, perfect. Oh, and of course, let's just readjust the scale again. Now, how to fit all of this into this small paper space here? Let's start off by compacting everything to make sure it's just to make sure that the actual viewport is at the right size, and to completely fit and compact our shapes. Okay. Keep doing this until everything is just tucked in nicely. Now let's start off with the biggest of all shapes, the hyperbole, and let's just try and place it in here. Looks about right. I'm gonna place it right in the center, or at least closest to the center as possible. Now let's try and fit the hyperbole. The hyperbole is going to be a really hard one to actually the ellipse, because the hyperbole will be wait, no. I'm already switching everything around. The hyperbole will be the hardest one to fit with the ellipse. Circle is going to be quite easy. You can place it right up here. Well, to get this right, it's all about moving around and trying to get it together. Actually, I'm going to try something else. I'm just going to try to place it all the way down here. Okay. Now I'm going to select the ellipse, place it all the way up. Wow, really on the very limits of the whole thing. Now get the circle inside. Okay, and now get the parabole a bit lower. Actually a bit lower than that. Come on, just like that. Actually a bit higher than that before it collapses. I think it's about right. The very limit, but I guess you can still give it a little bit more of a nudge. Fitting this will not be easy. Well, I guess it's close. It's close enough because it also depends on how big or how small your very sections will be. Let's just activate the preview command to see how this all came out. Well, not bad. Maybe if I had smaller shapes today, I could actually get everything together. Yet that was close enough. Well, hope this little extra tip helped out, and I'll see you guys next time.